I work in a very special industry, which is the shipping industry. The shipping industry faces a huge challenge in terms of sustainability, in particular in environmental sustainability. We have no doubt that governance has to lead the companies in where they are playing. Social is an important component also to allow development of the communities that we serve with our services. But the real challenge is the environmental upgrade that we need to do. Now, the challenge is very simple to explain. The ship owners, globally, any ship owner, when takes a decision of investment, thinks to put money in an asset that will operate for up to 30 years. Now, what is happening through climate changes, although in a relatively way, because as you know, shipping is responsible for around 90% of global trading, but its correspondent greenhouse gases emissions are in the order of 3%. So this means that the role of shipping affects within our normal consumption profiles 90% of what we consume or is produced, but there is a minor greenhouse gases impact, so generating climate change. Why is this difficult? Because green shipping will require new fuels, green fuels, which are not available, will require port infrastructures, which are not available, and will require a huge investment in new vessels that will take for decades. Now, shipyards worldwide cannot absorb neither new builds, neither scrapyard the existing vessels, because many of these vessels are still in the middle of their life cycles. So the challenge that is on the table is how ship owners navigate under these circumstances. One first step, as is being done, is to improve environmental performance of the vessels, introducing new technologies in new vessels, trying to reduce the footprint of emissions. That is going on, but that is not sufficient. So there is a long journey to go ahead, and for doing it properly, ship owners have to bear in mind that ultimate responsibility is to generate employment, allow people to get good treatment of seafarers, and all that costs money and investment. Because in every single seafarer that gets unemployed, it will go to the social security system of his country. And so the responsibility is huge, and there are no definite green fuels around the market for the ship owners to take their proper decisions. Well, the Atlantic Center is a victim of its own success. What I have seen today along this week is the number of countries that are involved in this international platform of dialogue. The Atlantic Center is growing. So they need to put on board, to bring on board, not only the military, so the defense sector, the institutional participants from each single country, the academia, but also the industry. I think one of the key issues for further success is to interact with industry. And for a simple reason, from what I have heard along this week, is that the Atlantic Center, in very well organized and a very excellent course that is going on, needs to have a flavor of reality of what is happening in real world. And companies will bring in that knowledge, that experience, and the sense of responsibility of the companies that have invested, and which the risk is in the companies, not in the countries, not in any other place. So the role of the Atlantic Center, which is being done properly and very successfully, needs to be added with the participation, a more robust participations of the companies. I would imagine that the companies that can afford to participate in every single initiative will, of course, will join the Atlantic Center to pay their contribution, to highlight the discussions that are going on. So I think the way is in fact what the Atlantic Center is doing. It needs to fill in some gaps, and I think the gap now is very much, from what I understand, the private sector. And I would say the platform as it is built and being led is it will be very easy to accommodate the inclusion of the companies of the corporate world, and also, who knows, companies, associations of companies that may join. So I think this is the way, and I think if they pursue this path, they will be very successful.